Attention passionate Cleveland Browns fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another championship run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before we dive in, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and fellow Cleveland Browns fans. Let's get to the news. Now, guys, let us talk about a story that has been shaking the NFL and more specifically the AFC North, the division where the Cleveland Browns are eager to make their mark once again. It is not just about preseason stats or hype, it is about a player whose debut on the field has sparked conversations across social media, NFL circles, and Browns fandom alike. We're talking about Shedeur Sanders, the young quarterback who, just a short time ago, was considered a bit of a long shot to make a real impact in the league. And yet, in his very first game with the Browns, he turned heads in a way that is impossible to ignore. Shedeur Sanders, son of the legendary Deion Sanders, stepped onto the field during Cleveland's first preseason game of 2025, and what he did in those initial minutes was nothing short of remarkable. Now let us set the scene. This wasn't just a warm-up, a casual appearance, it was a statement. The Browns, under coach Kevin Stefanski, gave him the starting nod, and Sanders didn't just go out there to take a few snaps. No, he came to prove a point, and boy, did he do just that. Through the first half, Sanders completed 11 of 18 passes, racking up 103 yards, and more importantly, throwing 2 touchdowns both to wide receiver Cadden Davis. That's right, in just one half of football, he showcased an arm and a poise that many NFL fans and analysts didn't see coming so early in his career. And if you think that's impressive, wait until you hear what his father, Deion Sanders, had to say. Right after the game, Deion took to social media, specifically X, formerly known as Twitter, and posted a message that lit up the digital space. The headline? "Oh yeah, what now?" That's classic Deion, the confident, charismatic coach and former NFL legend, making sure everyone knew his son was making waves. It was a powerful moment not just for Shedeur, but for the Browns fan base and NFL fans in general. Because let us face it, we all love a good underdog story, especially when it involves a player with such a legacy and a chip on his shoulder. But here's the thing, we need to keep this in perspective. Yes, this was a preseason game. Yes, it has only one performance. But it has also a clear sign that Shedeur Sanders has the talent, the mindset, and the confidence to compete at the highest level. And that's what Browns fans should be excited about. Because if there's one thing we've learned over the years, it's that preseason performances don't always tell the whole story, but they can be the first step in a journey that leads to something bigger. And with a quarterback like Sanders, especially with his arm strength and accuracy, the Browns might just have found a hidden gem in the draft. Now let us get into some context here. Shedeur Sanders wasn't expected to fall as far as he did in the 2025 NFL Draft. Pre-draft projections had him pegged as a potential first-round pick, a guy with all the tools and the college production to be a franchise quarterback. But somehow he slipped all the way to the 5th round, where Cleveland snatched him up with one of their many draft picks. And since then, there has been a lot of speculation about why he fell. Was it concerns about his size, his mechanics, or maybe the level of competition he faced at Colorado? Whatever the reasons, the Browns saw something in him, and so far that gamble looks promising. Let us rewind a bit and look at Sanders' college career to understand the kind of player he is. After starring at Jackson State, where he put up eye-popping numbers and led the Tigers to national prominence, Sanders transferred to Colorado to play under his father, Deion Sanders. And what a move that was! He quickly became a household name in college football, completing 71. 8 of his passes over 2 seasons, throwing for over 300 yards, 64 touchdowns, and only 13 interceptions. His 2024 season was particularly impressive, over 4,000 yards passing, a 74 completion rate, and 37 touchdowns. It was a campaign that screamed NFL potential. Yet despite all this, he still fell in the draft, which left many NFL insiders scratching their heads. But the Cleveland Browns, always looking to find value in the draft, took a chance, and so far it's paying off. Because in that preseason debut, Sanders looked confident, poised, and capable of running the offense if given the opportunity. He showed mobility, a quick release, and the ability to make throws under pressure. Those are qualities that could make him a real threat in the NFL sooner rather than later. And while the coaching staff and front office aren't rushing to proclaim him the starter just yet, the signs are there that he has the potential to develop into a legitimate NFL quarterback. Now, fans of the Browns are naturally excited, but also cautious. We've seen promising preseason performances before, only to be disappointed later. But there's a different energy around Sanders this time. The fact that he's a rookie and already making plays, coupled with the hype surrounding his NFL draft fall, creates a narrative that's hard to ignore. Many are wondering if the Browns might have found a diamond in the rough, especially considering the team's recent struggles at the quarterback position. Deshaun Watson is the established starter, but injuries and inconsistent play have left fans craving stability and a fresh face to rally behind. And let us not forget the bigger picture. The Browns historically have had their ups and downs, but they're re-entering a new era, a window where they can contend if everything falls into place. The AFC North is as competitive as ever, with teams like the Ravens, Bengals, and Steelers always in the mix. But if Shedeur Sanders can develop quickly, if he gets enough reps in the upcoming regular season, he could be a game changer for Cleveland. Imagine a scenario where he is able to showcase not just flashes of brilliance but consistent play that makes defenses respect the Browns' passing game. That could take the pressure off the run game, open up play action, and really elevate the team's overall offensive strategy. And this isn't just hype for the sake of hype. The Browns have assembled a talented roster around him, including key playmakers like wide receivers Amari Cooper and Donovan Peoples-Jones, and a solid offensive line that has been steadily improving. The running game with Jerome Ford and others remains a strength, but adding a quarterback like Sanders with his arm talent could diversify the offense and make Cleveland more unpredictable. Plus, his leadership qualities inherited from his dad's legacy add an intangible element that could resonate in the locker room and on the field. Now, it is also worth mentioning that the preseason is just the beginning. This is where players get their first real taste of NFL speed and complexity. There will be adjustments, learning curves, and plenty of moments where Sanders might face setbacks. But if he continues to impress, earns more snaps, and gains the trust of the coaching staff, Browns fans could be witnessing the early stages of what might become a very exciting chapter in Cleveland football history. Looking ahead, the expectations for Shedeur Sanders are mixed but leaning towards optimism. The NFL is a tough league, and many rookies struggle to find their footing, especially quarterbacks. But if there is one thing we've seen in recent years, it is that talented players with the right mindset can defy expectations. The story of a fifth-round pick rising to prominence isn't new, but it is always special when it happens. And for Browns fans, this might just be the beginning of a new era of hope at the quarterback position. So to sum it all up, yes, this preseason debut is just one game, and yes, there is a long road ahead. But what Shedeur Sanders showed on that field is enough to get fans excited, to spark debates, and to remind everyone that in football, anything can happen. The AFC North is wide open, and if Sanders can continue on this trajectory, the Browns could be a team to watch this season and beyond. The narrative is already shifting, and Cleveland fans have every reason to be optimistic about their young quarterback's future. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let's continue with the big reveal. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What is your take on Shedeur Sanders and his debut? Do you believe he has got what it takes to be Cleveland's franchise quarterback? Or are you still cautious, waiting for more proof? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters, not just to us, but to the entire Browns community. Remember, this is just the beginning, and I'll be back soon with more updates, analysis, and news from around the NFL and Cleveland Browns, so stay tuned and keep that passion alive. We in this together, and I truly believe this season could be something special for Cleveland, especially if Sanders continues to develop and surprise us all. Thanks for watching, and let us keep the conversation going, Browns fans. It is our time to shine.